One of the strongest super typhoons on the planet this year was striking the U.S. Pacific Islands on Monday morning, the second massive storm to hit the territories since April. The center of Super Typhoon Bavi, the equivalent of a Category 5 hurricane, was passing over Rota, an island of 2,000 people in the Northern Mariana Islands. The storm had maximum sustained winds over 180 miles per hour, with winds expected to exceed 150 miles per hour on Rota, according to the National Weather Service. The powerful winds are capable of causing catastrophic damage to structures while downing trees and power lines, and producing prolonged power outages. Torrential tropical rainfall was expected to produce significant flash flooding, with repeated bands of heavy rain continuing even after the eye wall passes. Life-threatening coastal flooding was also expected as powerful onshore winds drive storm surges onto coastlines, while enormous waves and dangerous surf make marine conditions extremely hazardous. Rota lies around 50 miles north of Guam, which is the site of some of the most important U.S. military installations in the Pacific, including Andersen Air Force Base, that are seen as vital in any U.S. conflict in the region. The Air Force rotates bombers, including B-1s, B-2s, and B-52s, through Andersen to project power across the Pacific. U.S. Naval Base Guam is also the home port to 5 U.S. Navy attack submarines. More than 7,000 active-duty military personnel are based on Guam, which has a total population of more than 150,000 people. The U.S. military on Guam posted on social media early Monday that it was in its top level of storm readiness and expecting damaging winds. Guam was facing the potential for hurricane-force winds and heavy rainfall, the Weather Service said. Meanwhile, 75 miles to the north of Rota, residents of the islands of Saipan and Tinian were hunkering down for impacts from the second super typhoon to hit the area this year. Like Guam, Saipan, and Tinian, could experience Category 1 winds of more than 74 miles per hour, the Weather Service said. Parts of Saipan and the smaller neighboring island of Tinian are still without electricity as they recover from a direct hit from Super Typhoon Sinlaku in April as a Category 4 storm with sustained winds around 150 miles per hour and gusts up to 185 miles per hour. Sinlaku brought more than 20 inches of rain to parts of the Northern Mariana Islands, causing widespread flooding, prolonged power outages, and extensive damage to homes and infrastructure on Saipan and Tinian. Sinlaku's slow movement, in contrast to Bavi, worsened impacts by keeping destructive winds and torrential rain over the islands for hours rather than moving through quickly. Bavi is expected to leave the Marianas by Monday afternoon, heading generally west at 10 miles per hour to 13 miles per hour. Tinian is the island from which the B-29 bombers that dropped the atomic bombs on Japan in World War II departed. Northfield on Tinian, which was once the busiest airport in the world, was shut down after the war, but is undergoing renovation to become an alternate base to Guam as Washington tries to disperse its assets around the region.
Pati yung bubong ng bodega.
Bavi weakened to a Category 4 equivalent storm on Tuesday. It was about 420 miles west of the island and on track for Taiwan and the westernmost Nansei Islands of Japan. Tinian and Saipan northeast of Rota, and Guam to the southwest fared better. Guam Governor Lou Leon Guerrero on Facebook posts Tuesday said most buildings survived the storm unscathed and roads were mostly clear. Videos shot along Guam beaches showed debris washed ashore and blocking some roads.
Right. Oh my.
By 3 p.m. Tuesday, 17% of the power system load on Guam was restored, according to a Guam Joint Information Center bulletin. Of 120 water wells, 68 were online. On Saipan and Tinian, workers hope to restore power, water, and wastewater within 24 hours. The Commonwealth Utilities Corp said in a 3 p.m. post to its Facebook page. Rota's utilities were still being assessed, it said. Joint Region Marianas, which manages all Defense Department installations on Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands, moved to all clear, status tropical, cyclone condition of readiness, 4 at 11:30 a.m. Tuesday, according to the Joint Information Center, initial assessments found no reports of significant damage to critical infrastructure or injuries to personnel resulting from the storm. Joint Region Mariana's spokeswoman, Navy Lieutenant Commander Christina Wiedemann, said in a Tuesday email. Recovery operations remain focused on clearing debris, assessing facilities, restoring services, and returning installations to normal operations as conditions safely allow, she wrote. Rota's government plans an official survey on Wednesday, but the majority of homes, including concrete buildings, were affected and nearly everyone on the island experienced some level of flooding, Hokog said. The island less than 2 months ago weathered Super Typhoon Sinlaku and Super Typhoon Mawar in 2023.